and since 2024, right? 2024, and I'm really excited. I absolutely love Krishna Cove. It hooked me, and now I'm like standing here, like, or sitting, preaching. So this is really cool. Just want to make my Guru Dave happy and Lord Chaitanya happy and Prabhupada happy. Thank you, Kirtan Swara, for putting me on the roll call. So I appreciate you for doing that, and Lalita for all the hard work that you're doing.
Just one month. Sorry, since I put you on the roll call. Next week there's no Krishna Cove because we'll be celebrating Ram Navami, the official day. We're celebrating on Sunday, but also next Thursday is the actual Ram Navami. We'll be having an in-temple celebration every month.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Come back. All right. So today's class is about love. Because I love love, you guys. Like, love is the jam. So, quick question. How many of you have been in love? With pets or people? Yes, everyone. And how did it feel to be in love? How did you act differently? What did you do when you were in love?
It felt really amazing at first, but then sometimes it felt really scary or really terrible, depending on what was going on.
Yeah.
Amazing and terrified.
Amazing and terrified. Okay. Yes.
I write handwriting love letter and pass. Leave it secretly.
Yes. Did it work? Yes.
No telephone, no email.
No text messaging back then. Yeah.
Those days.
Okay.
My son also.
Love letters. I love those. Sean.
When you think about that person, they kind of take over your existence.
Yeah.
How you really think about.
Yeah. And what do you want to do? You want to please them. You want to be with them. You want to learn about them. You want to know what makes them happy. And so today I want to discuss how Krishna loves us, and he is our number one lover. And without him, no other love really matters. And I want to begin this class by really discussing my favorite Shastra book, the Bhagavad Gita. I'm on my 7th time. Like, I just finished and I just keep going, like, over and over. And I just find so many beautiful moments of nectar as I read. And as I was reading this time, I was like, I really want to talk about love in my next class. I wrote this class actually a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And I was like, I want to talk about love because it is the one thing that we all inspire to have. Love, happiness. And you really can't have happiness without love. It's part of what we need to feel that joy, that happiness. However, when we start to find that love externally, what happens?
You get burned.
Burned, disappointed, temporary. That's it. It ends. It ends. Or we're also, we're looking for that, like, oh my gosh, there's an emptiness inside of me. Like, how do I fill it? How, and we start to be like, okay, I'm going to date him. I'm going to do her. I'm going to do this. And then we begin to experiment outside of the internal. And then we get disappointed, scared, all kinds of things, brokenhearted. But Krishna will never do that to you. Krishna is forever, eternal. And he fills that deep desire within us of love, happiness, and joy every single day, without fail, every day. What's your name? Gregory. How does that sound to you, to have that, like, full love consistently, and it comes to you every day?
Sounds brilliant.
Brilliant. Sounds amazing. That's why I'm here. Because once I began to find the internal love, it led me to really understand why we are here. So Kastuba Prabhu, I love him. He, really taught me a lot about the Bhagavad Gita. And he calls the Bhagavad Gita certain slokas the Krishna factor. Who here has seen Fear Factor? Heck yeah. Fear Factor, you're like, yeah, and it's exciting, and it's like, your adrenaline is going and you're living through the TV. Well, these verses are Krishna factor verses. They are the ones that are like, Krishna, you love me. I love you too. Or I'm going to be there at some point. So I want to discuss some verses that kind of give us the ability to understand the magnitude of love that Krishna has for us. And then I'm going to give you some practical application on how you can reciprocate that love. And I do have a handout with some homework. Because who would I be if I didn't do that? With all of these different ways, and then a 30-day challenge for you. But this time, last time I said, finish your challenge and you can come to a free sound healing class. Today, I'm saying you can come to class tomorrow. So if you are willing to come to class tomorrow at 11 a.m. and receive a beautiful sound healing, see me after class so I can sign you up free. Yeah, well, you can cash in today if you want. And I have 5 spots. So if you're really wanting to attend a sound healing class on me, please come and see me after class and I'll sign you up. Okay. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want you to really just feel the love, because I chant the Maha Mantra as I'm playing. So you're going to get it. All right. So the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna discusses we are not our bodies. He covers karma yoga, transcendental knowledge. But then in chapter 6, something beautiful happens in chapter 6. It's when he increasingly becomes personal and intimate, revealing not just philosophy, but his affection and care for his devotees. Chapter 6 is like the mic drop, the Krishna factor of all, like it's like the creme of the creme, and you're like, oh. And then from there on, he continuously tells us how much he loves us. So, question for those that, are so much smarter than me. What verse do you think it is where he begins to really open up and really become intimate with us? Close. 6:30. 6:30. 6:30. He says 47. He actually is one of them.
That's what I was thinking. 47. I knew the last verse, but I didn't know which.
Yeah, 6:47 is in here. Yeah, but 6:30 says, "For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor he is ever lost to me." I mean, I read that and I still it just. And I was practicing earlier, and I was reading the verse, and I was like, "Oh my God, I got the goosies! I got the goosies!" It's just so powerful because I was raised Catholic. I was raised to fear God, and that I was going to burn in hell for eternity if I didn't do my penance, if I didn't do what I needed to do. It was scary. So when I was introduced to Krishna conscious, and they were like, "This is bhakti. This is unconditional love," I was like, okay. But then I read the Gita, and I was like, oh my God, God is love? What? So this verse, and Kastuba really hones in on this verse. He says, this is how Krishna loves us. If we give to him, he gives to us. We take 1 step, he takes 100. Because he's that merciful. He wants us to love him, and he wants to love us back. So on chapter 6, I want to read something really quick on the purport that Prabhupada says, because he literally tells us what Krishna conscious is in the purport of 6:30. He goes, a person, God bless you, Prabhu, says, a person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna, such that person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature. But in each and every instance, he is conscious of Krishna, knowing that everything is manifested of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. And this is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. How beautiful is that? There's no like fluff here. It's like, hello, you see Krishna? That is Krishna consciousness. And that's all we need to do to practice. How do we get closer to Krishna? Through just thinking of him all the time, 24/7. So that's the practice, right? Now I'm going to read verse 47 because this one kind of summarizes all the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita in one verse. Okay, he says, in all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental love and service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and it is the highest, and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. I mean, does that give anyone else? Like, it's like, wow, like Krishna's literally saying, this is my opinion, you guys. Like, I want to have this beautiful mutual relationship with you. And that's all that matters, really. Now I'm going to read one more verse because I want you guys to remember these Krishna factor verses, and they're so important. Oh no, actually, I'm going to read chapter 7, verse 17, because we need to talk about devotional service. And when I started coming to Krishna conscious, I kept hearing this word, devotional service, devotional service, devotional service. And I was like, what the heck is that? Like, what exactly is devotional service? So I want to define it for you. And this is in the Nectar of Devotion, page 96. Okay. By the way, I'm going to be mentioning a few books today. If you want copies of these books, go to Kirtan Swara. He'll make sure that you get copies of them. If you don't have a Gita, I'm pretty sure everyone here has a Gita. But if you like want a Gita, I have like 15 Gitas. You can never have too many Gitas. I have a Kari Gita. This is my really nice Gita. You know, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to be talking about a few books. And these books are really, really important, at least in my opinion, of continuing to give that love to Krishna. So in Nectar of Devotion, page 96, it is said, devotional service is any activity aiming to satisfy the supreme personality of Godhead is considered devotional service. So it's not saying do this is devotional service. No, it's saying everything that you do, if you aim it to satisfy Krishna, that is devotional service. So we can literally live our lives serving. That is our constitutional dharma. It's like what our eternal dharma is, to serve and to serve Krishna. And once we begin to do that, that whole, how many of you feel the whole? Let me just ask that. How many of you felt the whole or feel the whole? Yeah. You're like, what is it? What is this? Like, how do I get in there? This is it. Like, this is the formula. Serve and it will be filled. And it's like, that's an oxymoron. I don't know, like, how do you serve and then you begin to be filled? Because this is what we're supposed to be doing.
You sure it's not like sports cars or television sets or anything?
That might give you a bit of sense gratification, and it's finite. Like, I love, and I mean love, stationery. Pens, notebooks, paper, traveling notebooks, Tom River paper. You know, and I'll, Bala knows, like, I have like this row of beauties, you know, from all sizes, B6 to A7s to A5s. I mean, you name it, I got it. Krishna Swara and Lalita, they have gotten me obsessed with fountain pens. I'm like, I watch ink videos. That's like my little sense gratification. I'm like, I'm gonna watch some inks. What is the new gray? It's kind of crazy. Yes, and I feel when I get those things, ooh, and I smell the books, you know, because there's somebody smell. Oh, this is nice. And it lasts about how long?
Few days tops.
A few days tops. And then you're like,
Yes.
next. So yes, it feels good in the moment and for a few days, but then it stops. Do you know why? You know why it's
Diminishing marginal utility.
is what?
Law of diminishing marginal utility.
Yes. And the fact that that thing is not giving you back what you're giving it. This is why relationships fail externally. Because you're like, I'm giving you, I call you, I text you, you don't text me back. It takes you 48 minutes to text me back. I say, I love you, boo. Nothing. Right? And you're like, what? Why? He never texts anyone back. I don't know. So, oh boy. Yeah. So we actually find ourselves in this like diminishing return. I'm giving you, but you don't give me anything back. Well, Krishna, he is the ultimate lover. So he's literally going to give you exactly what you desire every single day. If he is the center of your life. I'm married. This is my husband, Balaji. He's been around for way longer than me. But what is the center of our home? Rajananda. And I'm going to talk about him in a little bit. But it's Krishna. Because he fills us first. And then we're able to fulfill each other. Hi, Krishna Prabhu, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Talking so intensely.
I know. I was like,
I thought we were in trouble.
I was like, oh my God, I gotta go sweaty all of a sudden.
I thought it was your own too.
Move your course. Okay. Anyways, I could talk about that forever. So yeah, so the reason why we feel that diminished is because we're not reciprocated. So Krishna says in chapter 7, verse 17, of these, the one who is full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. There's no, like, if you give me this, I'll give you half. No, if you are dear, if you give me devotional service, you will be dear to me, to God. Like, how powerful is that? God is like, you're dear to me. You're my best friend. And we continue to be in that space of reciprocation through the entire Gita. And I'm going to read just one last verse, and then we're going to get into the practical application here. And this is text 10 and 11. Very famous verses, Krishna factor verses. Okay. So it says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me to show them special mercy. I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge their darkness born of ignorance. I mean, that doesn't give you chills? That's like Goosey 101, man. Like, he's like, yeah, if you show me love, I'm going to light the torch. I'm going to give you everything that you want. However, Krishna gave us something very, very special. He gave us free will. And there's a reason for that. What is the reason?
To choose to love.
To choose to love him. He wants you to choose him. In The Perfection of Yoga, one of my favorite books, this book is so good. You can literally read it in like an hour. It's so good. But and this was really impactful for me when I read this, Prabhupada, this is page 44. Page 44. It says, surrender is a result of love. transcendental love, and that love must be freely given. Where there is force, there can be no love. When a mother loves a child, she is not forced to do so, nor does she do it out of expectation of some salary or remuneration. So Krishna wants us to surrender to him. He doesn't want to force. He doesn't want to scare us into loving him. He literally just wants us to love him because we want to. And I think that's quite beautiful because we're not being forced. We're not being scared into loving Krishna. So how do we show this love back? All right. I'm going to get really passionate right now. Because this is the stuff that I want to just talk about, the practices that we have that I've really like embraced in my few 2 years of being here. But this is how I keep my love for Krishna so present every single day. The first one, you must chant quality japa. That's it. So who here is chanting right now? At least one round. Yeah. If you're not chanting, this is your call to start. I am in love with this book. This is our, and we have beads. We will give you the beads, okay? So I'm going to call on my husband here because this book has been so impactful in our home. How has japa affirmations from Mahatma Prabhu shifted you, your japa?
One from so pretty wonderful.
I used to hear every day, my japa sucked. I just want to chant more quality japa. Just sucked. And then I was like, okay, so what are we going to do? So it was actually the Prabhu from the president from San Diego, Balam Das was here. And he was like, if anybody wants this little book, and I was like, me. So I grabbed it, but it was Japa Affirmations 2.0. And that one was really good. But then I was like, let's start with 1.0 because I like things to go in order. And this is a powerful, powerful book. If you have not read this little affirmation book, this will shift your japa from mediocre into quality. He's not paying me, by the way. This is like just my personal opinion. And I just want to read this affirmation because it's so, we did this one yesterday. It says, I chant in full awareness that the holy names is my greatest treasure. And he talks about how this is how we fall in love. This is similar, this affirmation, to the last one, which we did the day before. I receive and feel Krishna's presence, mercy, and love in his holy names. Love that one. That was like one of my favorites. And he says, this affirmation, the holy name, is the greatest jewel in the Lord's treasury because the holy name awakens our love for Krishna. And this love is our greatest wealth. So if you're like, okay, great, Krishna loves me, how do I give it back? Just chant, you guys. Chant with all of your heart. The Maha Mantra is a present. It actually tells us, this is what Mahatma says, the Maha Mantra is, I am present here, Krishna. My mercy is here. My love is here. Please accept it. Please feel it. Please utilize it. That is what we're like tapping into when we chant with our heart. I'm not talking about chanting and being on your phone or chanting and, talking to people. I'm guilty of it. We've all done it because we're like, got to get our rounds in, got to get our 16 rounds in. But if we actually shift that mentality and we say to ourselves, this is my one-on-one time with my lover. This is my one-on-one time with Krishna. We wake up every morning and this is what the first thing we do. We shower, we worship our deities, and then we chant. And we chant together as a couple because it's important to keep that going, to maintain a healthy relationship with Krishna and with the people around you. So
I was just remembering, isn't there one of the mantras in there that I think about a lot, but I don't remember? Like I want to chant, I get to chant.
I love to chant. I get to chant. I want to chant. I love to chant.
That one's so great.
Yeah, I love that one. I want to chant. It's actually I get to chant. I want to chant. I love to chant. Yeah.
That one's so good.
Yeah.
I'm plugging the devotee who propagates these books in Mayapur, and Chanmasti Das. Oh yeah. He's in charge of the Mayapur Institute. Every person who chants japa in Mayapur goes to Samadhi. He sees you there for more than 3 days. He has to come up to you, give you a hug, and then give you that book. And he's going to give you the 2.0 also. But he is, like obsessed with it. For years now, years and years, and he's still completely obsessed that this book will change your life. He gave me actually 15 copies to give to people, which I gave all away, but people utilize them.
I didn't know there was a second one. There's a second volume.
Yeah.
He actually has a lot of different books. He has affirmations for self-care, affirmations for marriages, affirmations for japa, and we read them all. We've actually purchased them all because they're so good. Yeah, they're really, really good. Mm-hmm.
Not a guru is one of he's a guru, but he's like also he's a salesman. He's a salesman his whole life. So he's like a guru salesman. So he really sells Krishna.
It's so good. And he also, one of the things that I really love doing is I do japa reflection every morning. And so I have one specific notebook with this beautiful, soft, silky paper. And my Twisby Eco writes so pretty with it. But it's joyful because I literally sit there and I write every single day the affirmation. I repeat it and then I reflect. And then I reflect on how my japa was that day. And that has completely transformed my japa, like 100%. And he actually tells you to do that in one of the affirmations. He's like, try this and see how it starts to shift. And it has. It's like completely shifted because I hold myself accountable. I'm like, that sucked. I know I can do better. I know I can lean in a little bit more towards Krishna. I was distracted. I checked my phone. I talked, whatever. So you hold yourself accountable when you actually reflect on how your japa is doing. Does anybody do that? Reflect, right? It's so, so powerful. So powerful. Yeah. And it only takes like 3 to 5 minutes, maybe. So really powerful. Okay. Second. This is my favorite. No, I love my favorite. Who here has a spiritual master?
Who here has a spiritual master?
Who loves their spiritual master? This is it. Our spiritual master is our guide, our key to Krishna. Krishna gives us the door. He's like, here it is. But our spiritual master is the key to Krishna. I don't think we can get there without him. Can I say that? I don't think you can get to Krishna without your spiritual master. There's no way. So I love this. This is from Easy Journey to Other Planets. Another great little, very hard book. I had a hard time reading this one, but get in there. So Prabhupada talks about 44 ways that you can get to Krishna Loka. This is where Krishna lives in the spiritual world. And he goes through and he lists all 44 ways. But then he says, out of all the items, the first 3 positive items are imperative and most essential for a serious candidate to go back to Krishna. And these are the 3 items. You must accept and look for a bona fide spiritual master. Number 2, you must take initiation. And number 3, you must serve your spiritual master. And he says the spiritual master must be satisfied in all respects because simply by the good wishes, a candidate can make wonderful progress along the path. So just by having a spiritual master that you fall in love with, that makes you fall in love with Krishna. I mean, I see my Gurudev and I melt every time. It's just like, because he loves Krishna and he talks about Krishna. And the time that I spend with him in Mayapur, it was the most blessed time I ever had in my life, because he showed me what actually the spiritual world looks like through his eyes. I'm so fallen and imperfect. I couldn't do that by myself. I needed my spiritual master to show me. Nitai, you just spent 5 months with him. Tell me how that was for you, seeing it through Guru Dev's eyes.
Yeah, can't describe it in words.
Yeah, you kind of are just mind blown by it. You're just like, my God, like he would walk in the field, and Krishna's where I was there, and he'd be like, that's Krishna, smell it. And I'm like, I don't smell it. What does it smell? But he saw it. He was like, this is the most beautiful. And I'm like, yes, Gurudev. Took a while for me. But I saw it and I felt it through his eyes, because he is the key. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Number 3. I love this one. As you can tell, it's my Krishna book. We have to get to learn where we have to know Krishna, like how he is as a personality. He is full of fun, laughter, joy. And if we don't actually get to know him, how do we fall in love with him? If you're falling in love with someone, don't you want to get to know them? You want to know their likes, their dislikes, what they like to do, what they like to wear, what their favorite color is, what is the food they like, how are they with their boys, how is it with the crew, whatever that might be. And if you are going to read one thing, this is it. This is like, I remember Divya Singha, he's like, the Krishna book is like the best anime. And I was like, okay. Sure. He's like, it's like a comic book. Like, you got to read it. And I'm like, okay, Prabhu, thanks. But I'm a stickler for rules. So Lalita gave me a list of books that I'm supposed to read in order before I could get to the Srimad Bhagavatam. And I completed that list. I forgot about it. Yeah. And this was, I think it was 1, 2, 3. It was the 4th book to read. And I read it and I was blissed out.
I was just going to say, I was at this ashram outside of Sedona in Cornville, and they worship God in a very different way. And this devotee called Dasaroth, he lived in Cottonwood. He gave me 2 of the silver ones.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, that's a lot of reading. Wait a minute. I've seen this book for 10 years. Never opened it. It was too big, I'm being very honest. I opened the book. I'm like, oh my God. How the philosophy is intertwined with it. And it's a perfect book.
Prabhupada said that you read a Christian book and you can read a Christian. Yeah. I got that book. I read the Bhagavad Gita when I was 15. And I'd never met any devotees till I was 18. When I was 18, met devotees. So I read the Bhagavad Gita. He said, then you need the Krishna book. I gave him $20. Krishna book. First when I opened it, I was weirded out at first. It took me a few years of chanting. And then finally I read it. And I was like, how could a person be so wonderful? How could a person be so wonderful? Krishna's just more and more wonderful. So that's how that book experiences that. You're just more and more amazed by how wonderful Krishna is.
It's a page turner. Yeah.
I had a very strange experience. I was a priest's assistant. I was in an Episcopal church, and I was the assistant to my priest. And she had all these books in her office, and I said, "Can I borrow some books?" She said, "Yeah." And I looked at every single one of the books, and I said, this is the one I want. And I had no idea what it was or anything. I was immediately attracted to it. And I remember looking through the pictures and still had no idea what it was, but I was just enthralled. And then it wasn't until years later that I came here, and then they were like, that was the Krishna book. It was literally the Krishna book. I don't know how my priest got it or what, but amazing.
Oh no. I know. Okay. So
Is there any vegans? I mean, anyone else vegan?
all right, we're almost done. Okay, so number 4 is actually really simple, and it's reading the Bhagavad Gita. This is our instruction manual from Krishna. Krishna literally is like talking to us. We're Arjuna. We're on that battlefield every single day. We're trying to like make decisions. We're at war with people. We're at war with family. We have situations that we can't quiet the mind. People die, pets die. We're like, oh my God. And then Krishna's like, hello, right here, the slokas. They're waiting for you. So falling in love with Krishna Factor verses, I got the goosies. Who else got goosies? Just me? Okay, good. Like Krishna literally is like, here's my instruction. Now read me. Pretty amazing. So just some books that you can actually get a hold of that will really be impactful for you. Number 5, this is really unique for your, like personally, like you have to find a way that you can connect to Krishna that works for you. Okay. For me, I write Krishna love letters every day. I've been doing it for 2 years. Once I became a devotee, I started writing to Krishna, and I write to him without fail, and Radharani. And it's this moment of personal connection where he's like, he's my best friend. Radharani's my girlfriend. And so I tell her everything about Balabear and all this stuff. And then Krishna is my like, oh my God, Krishna, can you believe this happened? And I literally write every single day, and I feel his answers. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm having this dilemma. What do you think? And as I'm writing, I feel like I can hear him say, Padma, this, and this, and this. It's pretty magnificent. So this is a big challenge. I actually want to challenge you to find a unique way to connect with Krishna every day. Prabhu, do you have one?
I think it's mainly just reciting Bhagavad Gita, like meditating on the verses. My way.
That's a beautiful way. Yeah. Does anybody else have a unique way they connect to Krishna every day outside of japa? What is it?
By eating prasadam.
What is it?
By eating prasadam.
By eating prashad. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Rana?
I feel like I'm constantly talking.
Yeah.
Constantly just throughout the day. Constantly talking.
Okay.
I start my sadhana every morning by drinking a liter and a half of water. So if you drink a liter and a half of water, you realize Krishna's taste of water.
Mm-hmm.
Really is a good way to start. It's serious, and it helps your body. And that water, water is programmable. So yeah, really powerful. I recommend for everybody. Go get a lot of
Spring water.
We're on the same program. Yeah, that's right.
So that's how you connect to Krishna uniquely. Yeah, it's beautiful.
There's a lot of ways, but I mean, that's just I just want to share that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you want a good job, you got to drink a lot of water.
You got to drink a lot of water, and then you have to go potty every 5 minutes. Yeah. So Radha, you said you feel like you're talking to him all day. Yeah. Constantly.
Oh, thank you, Krishna. Like even for the little silly things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I found a parking. Oh, this and that. Like for everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Thanks, Krishna.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Krishna. Awesome.
Because he's what? And he's your best friend. We know that Krishna is never going to like judge us. He's going to be like, oh, girl, you're crazy. No, Krishna's just like, oh, you're having this issue? I love you. Let me give you what you need. And that's beautiful. And I've lived it, you guys. Like I lived it. Like you're just like, even when we're having challenges, we know that's Krishna because he sees the bigger picture. We can't. So there's that concept of surrender and trust, and that will lead you to knowledge, you see. But having our spiritual master there to support us is also very, very important. Okay. Number 6 is worship your favorite deity. Okay. This is our Rajananda Gopal. He is our Shalagram Shila, and the moment that he came into our lives, it's like somebody cranked my love meter. Like it was like at an 8, and now it's like, like it is the most beautiful moments of our morning when we get to bathe him, We get to oil him, massage him, talk to him. We, serve him. We give him boga. How is it for you when you're like in the morning?
It's really sweet first thing in the morning.
How has he shifted your life and your love for Krishna?
Just by
360.
wonderful.
360.
Yeah. 180,
180. Yeah.
360 back around.
I was like, yeah. I was it. Yeah. We brought him today because he really, he really wanted to come. He talks, he's done some crazy stuff. Like Krishna, he's on another level. Like you're just, yeah. And he's like, I want to go. So he's here with us today. And my husband, today was his day to worship. We fought over this. No, I get to worship him. No, I get to worship him. Like we literally like, no, I get to worship him. My painting is better than your painting. But we come to an understanding. We fought over Krishna. He won because he's the Brahmin, so fine for now. So yeah, we have a lot of fun in Rajananda. And so when we worship our deities, we begin to have this like deep sense of connection because we're taking care of them. We dress them. We have Gauranitai. We also have Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev in our altar, but they don't travel with us. Only Raji does. He's been to Mexico, on the beach. He had his altar there. He had a blast. And, it's like our child, like we love him so, so much. Who here worships their deities? How does it make you feel?
You feel like your parents.
Yeah. Yeah. Maternal for sure. Seen by them.
Seen by them. That's beautiful. Yeah. How about for you, Prabhu? What does it make you feel when you worship? Yes.
Oh yeah, I feel like close relation between reciprocal. You feel like family member.
Yeah. Close family member. And Radha, you said makes you feel never alone. We put him in our will. We put our deities in our will because we want to make sure that he goes to a good home. But it's really special to us. This is cranked, the love meter. And the most beautiful part is that you can't buy a shaligram. Like they have to be given to you. And I had to beg my husband, please, oh please, let us have a little shali. And Krishna brought him. So really beautiful. Okay, the last thing that I'm gonna say is, we must surrender to trust, have faith, and faith turns into knowledge. When I began my journey here with Krishna in the temple, I thought I was for sure. I was like, I joined a cult. This is a cult. I'm gonna get transformed. My mom's never gonna see me. And it was like a whole thing. I was terrified. In that moment, I was in Mantra Oasis. I met my husband there. Gurudev was speaking and Krishna Charan was here. And they were here for initiation. And I looked up and I looked at Gurudev and that was the moment. I actually have a picture. Like Krishna Charan's got a picture of me falling in love. And I never looked back after that. I was that's why I say that you've got to have that connection with your spiritual master because he is the gate. I wasn't trusting in Krishna in the beginning. I was really unsure, actually. This was very weird. I'm Catholic. We're like praising things and idols. And I was like, I don't understand this. Why should I bow? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to offer food I don't understand. But I did understand the love and connection I felt from my Gurudev. At that moment, I didn't know he was going to be my guru, but I just felt that love, that instant, like, wow. And that surrendered turned to trust, and then that trust turned to faith, and that faith turned to knowledge. And that's why I'm sitting here today, because I just allowed it. I didn't resist. When we resist, we suffer. When we're going against the grain, Krishna, a lot of people say source, universe. When you go against that energy, you're just like fighting the impossible, right? I'll give you a quick story. When I was like 3 weeks ago, I got news, or not even 3 weeks ago, that I needed to move I'm a meditation teacher. I have a studio called Open Lotus, and I've been in that space for 5 years. And all of a sudden, my landlord said I needed to move. And I was like, I had like 15 minutes of freak out. I was like, oh my God, I gotta move. Oh my God. And then I was like, wait, I got Krishna. He has the bigger picture. I don't. So I know that whatever he has planned is perfect in every way. And I found the most perfect location. And I owe it to him. He's the one that made that happen. You see? Okay. So Prashadam's here. I'm just going to close off with saying, Krishna's not distant. Krishna is our ultimate lover. And he repeatedly tells us, think of me, love me. You are dear to me. I will guide you. I will protect you. So falling in love with Krishna simply means responding to the love that he's already offering us. That's it. Really simple. You see? So I'm going to give you, yeah. I'm going to give you a handout, and in that handout is what I covered today, so you don't have to forget or try to remember. And in that is the 30-day challenge. So the 30-day challenge is to try 2 to 3 practices that you can, really embody for the next 30 days. Maybe it's extra job, doing japa, quality japa, using the affirmation book, maybe reading Krishna book, just like a few sentences or maybe a few pages. Gurudev actually, here, babe, can you hand these out, please? Gurudev actually, when we were in Mayapur, he was given a talk, and he asked, or he told the group there that everyone should be reading the Gita and Krishna book and Nectar of Devotion every day. Just a few moments of connection. That's all we need. All right. Questions, realizations. Prabhu.
Can you expand on your definition of love? Like, is it like a feeling, an emotional thing, like an activity? Like, can you define it?
Sure. So this is what love means to me. It is the desire to serve. It's as simple as that. That's what makes me happy. When I serve my husband, it makes me happy. When I serve the devotees, it makes me happy. When I serve my clients, it makes me happy. When I serve Krishna, it makes me happy. So if I'm in that state of serving, to me, that's love. And feeling that love within me is all I need, really. But it all begins with Krishna. It all begins there for me. Absolutely. How does it feel for you?
That's a difficult question. Like, I have trouble defining love. I think you have a good one, just like that, like serving. Like, I feel like there has to be like some level of like emotion that corresponds to it. I'm not sure if that's really true. It feels empty. If it's just like I'm serving, but I feel nothing, then I feel like it's not really love, right? It's like a feeling of like emptiness. So I feel like there's a component of like a feeling that needs to correspond with it. But I've been thinking about that.
I think it's a reciprocation as well of knowing that Krishna is loving you back. What do you describe love? What would be love for you?
I think it's around that same train of thought. Like, if I really think about it, like you just said, like, what does it make me feel? It makes me feel like I'm happy for no apparent reason. Because sometimes, if you think about it, if you serve somebody, it's good for them. But what about me? No, you're just happy.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's more of a happy, satisfied feeling, like fully satisfied feeling, like you're fulfilled.
Mhm.
So it's almost like that making someone else happy makes you even more happy. That's like love.
Mhm. Yeah. Probably you said something.
Yeah, the question. Thank you. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Really do. Expert class. I think definitely using the spiritual master. Prabhupada. So, you know, I look back at my Krishna consciousness. I read the Bhagavad Gita 10 years ago. And, you know, been around devotees since then. And now, all these years in, sometimes I see your enthusiasm, very sweet. Sometimes I find that in recent years, sometimes it's harder to maintain. Because actually, like I feel like the game gets harder. Krishna gives more challenges, new levels, new devils, new reality. When I was, you know, when I was talking to Chris, some of us here, I was fired up. I'm still fired up, but difference is there's a lot more challenges. So how do we, you know, how do we overcome? How do we handle challenge? I mean, not just like, oh, this is happening externally, but like actual internal challenge. Because sometimes, I mean, Krishna even disappears on the gopis who are saying love is reciprocation, but sometimes Krishna purposely doesn't reciprocate. He wants to taste that love.
Yeah, I think about that often, mostly because of all the challenges that has come my way. And the only thing that I could say to that is I just lean in harder. It's like, oh, this is happening. Okay, Krishna, how can I be there more for you? How can I, because I know that that absence is him wanting us to go a little bit deeper with him.
Yeah.
So that's all I actually do. And writing the letters that I do for him daily really helps with that, because I'm like, where are you? Like, you just allowed all this crap to happen. Like, what did I do to you? You know, and we go through, you know, this is like my writing, you know, or if something really harsh happens to that really affects me, that's what I ask. I'm like, where did you go? But then in that writing, I can feel myself going, oh, okay, he's still there. He sees the bigger picture. And I always remember that. It's like, I know he has the zoom out. I'm in the forest, I can't see the trees, but Krishna can see it all. And so if that's happening in this moment right now, it's because it's supposed to. And there's a sense of trust and surrender that comes with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tap on it.
Yeah, tap on it.
So real quick, I tell myself to keep it simple. Talking to myself, you know. But like, there's this concept in the Bible called returning back to the first love. Right? It's like we get so caught up with so many things, and Roger likes to call it keeping the main thing the main thing. To me, that's like always brings me back to that place. It's like a recalibration back.
It can be bewildering though, because sometimes it's like Krishna's my whole life, you know.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's like you go very hard. You know? Like I'm doing more sadhana than I've ever done in my life. And it seems like, you know, so the challenges are increasing.
Mhm.
So it's like leaning in, but then we're asking Krishna to really test us. So I agree with your answer though. That's all I found is, I mean, it makes you realize like now there's no going back. You know?
Yeah. And you got to think that it's also purification, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, there's a silver lining from all the suffering, because we know that at the other end there's Krishna and our guru.
Senior devotee just told me, he said, I was telling him about this, and he said, Prabhu, you're going too hard on yourself. Like you're actually doing too much. Like you don't want to experience these things, chill back your sadhana, because you're asking to be purified and you're getting intense purification.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, therefore, you know, if you don't want to get that, you know, maybe you should know that maybe you're not ready to handle it. But I feel like I thought that was encouraging. Yes.
Yeah.
Deeper.
Very nice. Anyone else wants to share or have a question? Yes, Prabhu.
Which one of your practices would you say like gives you the most sense of connection with Krishna, or like the greatest sense of love?
It's a threefold, actually. It's my japa reflection that I do every single day, my letters to Krishna, and my daily reading. That trifactor for me is super important. I do it daily. I don't allow it to shift any day. Like, things get busy and all that stuff, but I'm like, I need my 30 minutes because it only takes me 30 minutes to do, all of it. Now, the reading I could do longer, but those three things are 100% like my go-tos. Yeah, absolutely. For me, 100%.
What kind of things do you reflect on for your job? Like what kind of things do you say?
Well, for example, sometimes this is so funny. I was thinking about gray inks, and they literally took over my japa. Like, I was like, ink, like I'm like chanting, but I'm thinking about all this other stuff. Like, oh man, I wonder how that will look inside of the clear packaging on the pen if I have a gray ink in there. Like, is it going to be dark? And I'm chanting. And I'm like, okay. And then I remember the affirmation, and then I bring myself back, right? My beads are my connection to Krishna and my ticket back to Godhead. My beads are my connection back to. So I reflect on that. I'm like, okay, was I present? Was I on my phone? Was I really deeply with Krishna? And there are moments in my japa where I feel him, like he's like there, and I journal about that. I'm just like, he was here. Oh my God. And it really, I love like just writing about that, because some days are really crappy. My japa is not perfect every single day. We have some days that we're just like, that sucked. And we're doing all these things. But I think it's so important to realize that you have to have contrast in life to appreciate all the moments when it's really nectar.
That's why we measure our rounds, so we can measure it. I can measure them. We do 16 every day so we can see.
Mm-hmm.
And lifting weights.
Mm-hmm.
I think that writing practice is kind of powerful because if you like write about how you felt Krishna, then when you read it again, you can kind of like connect back to it, and like remember and like kind of like reactivate it almost.
Yeah. I just really love it. And it's just one little, it's a B6 notebook. So it's a 5x7. It's little. And I just fill one page, and I put the affirmation in there. I write about the affirmation. I reread the affirmation, and then I go into reflection. And it's just so beautiful.
Gregor had a question. I had one point I want to share just about sharing Krishna, or about feeling Krishna. For me, the greatest way to feel Krishna is to give Krishna to others.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make that point. That for me, it's that there's nothing that even comes even slightly close. I mean, japa, I love japa. I chant japa every morning before 5 a.m. Doesn't even come close to the feeling I get when I see someone that I cultivated, I preach to, get initiated. That's like Krishna's like, all right, here's your transcendental commission. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, so much.
Yeah. Gregory, you had a
I
question?
almost want to die.
Who had a question? Gregory? Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
I think I have probably the least amount of knowledge of anybody here regarding all of this. I'm curious, you could explain
Rajananda?
a little bit better, because if anything, it confused me. I'm curious also how you distinguish, just like on your own personal basis, that from Krishna. Or I don't know, because you were like referencing how you were raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
I was also raised Christian. I was raised Lutheran specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the antithesis of Catholicism. Yeah, so I was just curious if you could explain that a little bit better.
Let me ask you a quick question. What do you see when you see him?
I don't know. It's not really connecting with it.
A little piece of rock.
It looks like the MF Doom mask.
Okay.
That's what I see from over here, and some flowers, some nice ornamentation around.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually tap it with my husband here, because he's much more knowledgeable and knows how to explain this a little bit better than I do. So why don't you tell him a little bit about why Raji is so important and how we actually see God in him?
So the first thing is that God exists everywhere. So he's not isolated to just purely being in heaven or the spiritual world. He's also here with us. Take any form that he desires. Wood, stone, metal. And he does this because when we have the form of God, we can reciprocate. It's easier for us because it gives us a point to fix on, to meditate on him, and it enables us to perform service to him. And so part of our daily practice is we're giving him worship, we're giving him flowers, giving him water, giving him something to eat. It's as if he's actually there and we're getting to serve him. And so
Wait, when you say him, you're referring to Krishna? And this is an iconographic image that helps you relate to Krishna through.
So this particular form actually comes from the sacred river in Nepal, called the Gandaki River. And so these stones are actually, there's a whole backstory to it, but
You
they're
close
actually,
that, I
they're
can't hear.
imbued, they're imbued with the essence of Krishna, essentially.
Awesome.
Drew, do you know the story? You wanna?
I love
Krishna,
how this story is hopping.
everything is Krishna's energy. You have to understand first and foremost. You know, everything is Krishna's energy. Krishna's energy is everything. So Krishna's everywhere. And Krishna can choose to personally manifest in certain ways. Just like so in the temple, you have a mailbox. You know, you ever have a mailbox? You don't put your mail in the microwave. You put it in the mailbox.
What?
Put your
I
mail in
do
the
put my
mailbox,
mail in the microwave.
it goes to the